Hi everyone, Alex here. Got another video of the AYN Odin Pro, and there's a few things I want to cover in today's video, but the main topic is Zelda texture packs. There's a few Zelda games I'm going to look into, and actually the first thing I'll go into is that I've finally changed my control sticks. So we've got new covers on them. So I saw people doing this on Reddit and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it myself, but I'm really glad I did now because they feel really nice. And some people say you have to get like tweezers and things, but honestly I just found like putting my thumbnail just deep underneath, I was able to pull out the original cover and put these covers on myself. These are Vita thumbsticks, and you can order these very easily from Amazon or even eBay. And you get all different kinds. I've seen some people have different choices of thumbstick. These ones I really like. I just feel like they grip on the thumb very nice. So yep, that's covered. That's out of the way. Now let's have a look at these high-res texture packs. The first game I'm going to look at is Majora's Mask. So yeah, these are all topics I feel like I should have covered a long time ago, because I have had like some quirks with the analog sticks myself. I think they're fine, honestly. I don't have as big a problem with them as some people do, but it is nice when you actually change them. I actually had these thumbsticks on my actual Vita over there. I thought they worked very well with them, and I think they're even better on this. So yeah, Zelda texture packs. They look very good on this device. So it says Majora's Mask 4K. These are actually 1080p texture packs. I'll leave a link in the description where I got them from, but basically there's a guy who's been doing texture packs for many Zelda games and a few other Nintendo games, and I saw somebody post this on the Reddit. They tried Ocarina of Time. I thought I got to try this out myself, so I did some comparisons. And I think they actually look really great and a lot better than the original textures. Yep, starting the game. So I even have the game playing at 3x resolution. Let's just double check that. 3x resolution. And yeah, it really does look gorgeous. And it's made me even more glad that I haven't quite got into these Zelda games just yet, because I feel like now is just the right time. I distinctly remember like looking at these bricks. They are very, very sharp now. Oh, no, get off. I have flicked between the original textures and this a few times just to like double check my eyes. I'm not like the person who notices stuff like immediately. I know some people are really finicky about this stuff, but yeah, it does look gorgeous. Oops, I keep walking by this flower guy and I don't mean to trigger this cutscene. I think I did notice the huge clock. I think there's an improvement, but the original clock actually looked really good. But now everything else just looks lovely. You can even find some other strange texture packs. Like there's one called Zelda, which makes the game look cel shaded. But I don't know. I didn't actually think that one looked that good. So the only reason I'm not showing Ocarina of Time today is because they're both kind of the same game, really. You know, they're both going to work. And I played Ocarina of Time last year, so I'm more interested to play this one again with the texture pack. Is there a way I can go in the first person? I can't remember. But the floor looks really nice. And also, on top of this, I'm not sure if it comes with the texture pack or if I added this myself, but there's the Majora's Mask restoration project, I think. And it's a something of a mod that sort of changes some things back to how they were originally in the N64 game, and some other nice things so that you can use the D-pad to change between masks. Yeah, and the UI is a bit different. I think they said something about going in the bomber diaries faster. Yeah, really nice. So yeah, I just wanted to get to this area to check out the texture pack, because there's lots of nice textures to see in this area. Yeah, that's awesome. And it really was simply a case of going to the website. So there's a... Oh, stupid dog. There's a website where you can download between the 4K and the 1080p. Doesn't matter what you pick, it takes you to the Patreon page, and you have to go find the right post. So the newest post of whatever game it is, just scroll down the post and there's some links to download the textures. I downloaded the 1080p textures, and there's a texture folder in Citra where you can dump them in the folder. Like every game has like a title number, like 00 blah blah blah, and I just put that in the Majora's Mask one. There's many guides for this sort of thing. I'll see if I can find a guide and put that in the description to help. Leave me alone, dog. Doesn't that look good? I just want to look at the floor now. What does the sky look like? Well, hey, his face looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? But yeah, another texture pack I got is A Link Between Worlds. This one actually does look really good as well. We're playing again at 3x resolution. When it loads. It's very sharp. Again, it says 4K, but it's the 1080 textures. They're quite large. Well, actually, I think this one was about 400 megabytes. Majora's Mask was a couple of gigs, maybe a few gigs. I did a video on the 3DS before, and I showed how like I actually like having one big screen, and I have the other screen just there, just in case I need to touch it, but I can press my back button here. I've set it to this button, so I can flip between screens. And yeah, I played this just a little bit to get the sword. Let's get up close a little bit. He would have to bark tonight, wouldn't he? I'm filming this at 1 AM. But yeah, it's and it's nice having the screen as big as this, especially when you got textures like this, because it feels very sharp. I tried to get my video to capture this as best as possible, but it does look a little better in person. Damn. The Odin is paradise, dude. It really is. I'm playing... this usually happens to me. Sometimes I'm lucky if there's one game I'm interested in playing, and then suddenly I might have like 5 games I'm playing at once, and that's kind of what's happening at the moment. I'm still playing Panzer Dragoon Saga. I've been very slow with it. But this kind of stuff makes me want to play games again. Like, I've only played this once in my life. I was around when it came out on the 3DS, so I kind of am interested again in playing this. Oh no, we don't have Street Pass. I never actually had my own 3DS until last year, but I tell you, I do have a little problem. It seems to be showing up in this game. I don't know if I'm just using my left thumbstick, when I go down right, it doesn't reach the end the same as all the other directions. I don't know if I need to sort of give it a little pull or something, but sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. I also, see that's happening again, I can't run for some reason. I don't know, I'll have to give it a little flick or something. But yeah, also, my L1 and R buttons, the L1 is very clicky, but my R1 doesn't click as much. It's almost as if there's like a tiny piece of tissue in there, and I have opened it up to check it. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if it's at the circuit board or... Like, the button is just like a piece of plastic that fits in nicely. It doesn't seem to be the button itself. Anyway, yeah, that's a link between worlds. It looks awesome. Now, this is the one I was most excited about because I couldn't get it to work at first. So we're going to go out of there, go to Dolphin MMJR, and we're going to load up Twilight Princess. This again is with 1080p textures. And at first, for a while, I couldn't get it to work. It's a bit weird to explain because, again, on the site they have 4K 1080p textures. So I downloaded those, and yeah, whatever you do, do not like extract the files on your computer and then try and send all the individual files over, because there's like 35,000 files, and it was telling me it's going to take over a day. I was like, I'm not having this. So yeah, I got the zip file, I downloaded it with the Odin, I extracted it on the Odin, and I dumped the textures in the load textures folder, and it didn't work. I was like, no, I'm gutted. It turns out it's either because this is Android or something, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm sorry about my phone. I never think to turn it off because I don't really do videos. But yeah, so the texture files were in DDS format, and apparently that wasn't going to work. So I had to use a program. Let me double check the program name. XN Covert. I had to use a program called XN Covert. It was free to convert all those DDS files to PNG files, which made the whole thing a little bit larger, just over 3 gigs, I think. And then I had to zip it all up again, save it somewhere online, download it back to my Odin, unzip it there, and then I put it all in, and it finally worked. I was really surprised. I had to keep double checking that it actually worked. It looks very good. I don't know if there's really anything, just because I only played Twilight Princess when it came out. I haven't played the HD versions. Was it on the Wii U? Did they put it on the Switch? I can't remember. But where I first tested it was just this first area here. So if I make a save, please don't save over my first save. So having a look at the grass there, and then if I back out and then go to settings, graphics settings, sorry, it's enhancements, and I turn off these custom textures, save, and then load. Oh, fuck's sake. Oops, I swore. And oh my god. Okay, and you can see now that it's actually a lot blurrier. This is what the game actually looks like. And now if I back out, settings, enhancements, textures on, save, load game. Oh, can you hear that fan? This game is going to run the battery out quick. Whoops. And you can see that, yeah, the textures have applied. It's a lot sharper, which is great. I also had to apply the Hyrule field speed fix, because there's basically, and as soon as you get to Farron Woods, this game's FPS is going to tank, especially when you go out to the open world, and you have to apply this fix, which basically does something to the HUD to make the game run smoother. And if you look it up online, it says it's usually for the Windows version. You've got to go into the ISO's properties and just add it on because it's built into the emulator. In Android on here, that's not the case. And some of the things I looked at, there was even a Reddit post of someone saying they did this on their Odin and it worked, and it didn't work for me. So I managed to find a video that applied this fix that worked for me. So what I might do, maybe I'll just upload my actual INI settings for this game, and you can copy them if you want, and it should work for yours if that's what you plan on doing. I also changed, for example, left C and right C were invented, so left is left and right is right with the right stick. And it's running at a smooth 30 frames. I don't know if I had any specific settings. I mean, it's at 1080p. This is all ticked on, basically, 100%. Nothing really changed there. Just the important part is the high roll speed fix. And it seems like the game's just going to run just fine. I haven't had a problem yet. Okay, I promise the next video I'll turn off my phone. Or throw it out the window. So yeah, those are the Zelda high-res texture packs. And you know, so there's no point downloading the 4K ones. Not really, because this is a 1080p screen. You're not going to get to appreciate it as much. 1080p is just fine. Looks gorgeous, and I'm actually really excited to start playing these. Well, especially Twilight Princess. This is the one I wanted to play the most out of all the Zelda games when I got my Odin, which was like, wow, it was like 5 months ago now. So, wow, we've had this thing for quite a while, and I've had a lot of joy out of it. 5 months later, I'm still, yeah, I'll be using this for a long time. So, the last thing I pretty much want to cover is something I wanted to have on my Odin for a long time, and that's Trials of Mana. So, if you have no other Android device but an Odin, and you go to the Google Play Store and try and buy this game, you can't. It'll just say your device is not compatible. It won't let you buy it. And I had seen videos months ago of people getting this game working on the Odin just fine. Maybe turn the volume down just a bit. And yeah, I tried to sideload it different ways, doesn't work, until finally one guy gave me like a pretty accurate way of downloading it, and by that point I was pretty much exhausted, so I kind of just let it go for a while. But what I had to do personally was I had to download BlueStacks on my PC, except it was the Pi 64-bit version, and this whole thing basically lets you emulate Android devices on your PC. It's like, you know, a window opens and you can use your mouse like a touchscreen, etc. But that still wasn't enough. I had to I'm gonna shove my phone there. Have you ever heard a guy throw his phone in a YouTube video? Alright, so then I had to go to my computer's BIOS. I had to go in the BIOS and go to the CPU section and turn on Intel virtualization. This was the only way I was going to be able to emulate a more powerful Android device in BlueStacks. So I do this, it wasn't that hard. Finally I go into BlueStacks, I go into Google Play, and voila. Actually, first thing I did, I went to the settings and I changed the device itself to, I think, an Asus device, because it sounded like the most powerful one. So, yeah, finally, it lets me buy the game. So I buy the game. Now that I own the game, I had to download Aurora, the Aurora store. So you can't get this on Google Play. I think you have to download an APK somewhere else. And then I accessed the Play Store through Aurora, so I could download the game to my Odin, and then it installed and it all ran and worked together. And then finally I have the game on my Odin and it's working just like this. And it works great. These are the highest graphics settings the game let me do. The only downside is you can't turn off any of this UI stuff. But hey, the game's 20 quid. well, for me it was 20 quid. On the Nintendo Switch store, it's like 45 quid. I was like, no way. So yeah, downside, this UI stuff, can't get rid of it. I've looked up stuff and you can't. But hang on, I have to turn on floating icon and then pull that out, and key adapter, and I've set up my buttons. So this is a bit of software that allows you to basically map buttons to touchscreen functions. So I never used this before because I've never really needed to, but you can drag one of those circles to pick a button. You can drag a left stick or a right stick to anywhere on the screen. So I've got my left stick here, right stick in the middle, and that's pretty much it. Buttons everywhere and 2 sticks. And then it's all up to you how you want to customize it, because there's lots of, you know, so I've got A, B, X, Y mapped here in a way that I like. So jump is here, attack, heavy attack, dash. I've also mapped some buttons like the back buttons, doing some stuff at the top here. But, you know, when you press start, for example, you've got way more buttons. So at some point, you've got to actually press these buttons with your fingers, which isn't that big a deal. For the most part, you're playing with the sticks and the controls. But yeah, I never played this before. It looks gorgeous, sounds great. I'm really looking forward to diving into this. You can see why I have too many games I'm interested in, especially when they're RPGs. Too many RPGs to play at once is a blessing and a curse. So I'll try and make a short description in the video description about how I got this done. Yeah, and I've been enjoying this. So if you are really serious about getting this game on your Odin and you're confused at all, you can just send me a comment. I'll reply and try and help. Apologies, I don't really do like proper videos on this sort of thing where I'll like cut to me doing everything on Windows. I'm the kind of person where I as soon as I was done with BlueStacks, I removed the device from my Google account because it recognizes your device through the Google account, and then I uninstalled BlueStacks because I just do this sort of thing. This game's got a gorgeous day and night cycle. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. That's what I've been doing lately on my Odin. The other thing was, I saw on Reddit a guy was like, oh, this game's an excellent DOS machine. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll give it a go. I don't know if I'll play any of these. You can see my taste in games. Got Leisure Suit Larry on there. So, Indiana Jones. I saw the guy had Indiana Jones. Is it gonna load? Wait. Oh, you don't. There's a mouse. I forgot there's a mouse. You can drag the mouse with your finger as well if you like. Wait, what? Okay, so yeah, like that. Okay, and oh yeah, I guess I go to start. So this is pretty cool. So yeah, you got to use the stick or your finger if you like. It's not that big a deal, but it's kind of cool having these old DOS games on here. I set it to just fill up the screen, but usually it's at 4:3. Am I supposed to do anything? I think, oh shit. There he is. I didn't hear a word he said. Yeah, so if you were ever really into these kind of games when you're younger, I used to be. I don't know if I'd play any of these again, but I used to love this kind of stuff when I was like really young. And I think there's a way to make the stick go faster. I'm sure there's a way to customize all this stuff a lot nicer, but yeah, that's that's a DOS game running in Scum. There's loads of them as well, but some of them are quite big in file size, and I thought, you know what, got to prioritize the actual games I want to play. Oh, how do I? Oh, okay, there we go, done. So yeah, covered new sticks, Zelda texture packs, Trials of Mana, and you all got to hear my phone beeping off at bloody 1 in the morning. I guess I got to turn off notifications because I don't need the notifications. I usually just check my phone regardless. I'm not sure if I want to do a video on Skyline because I still feel iffy about that. I feel like, the Switch is still very relevant. Buy the games, of course, if you're interested. I have a Switch there as well that I hardly use. But for example, like I want to buy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new beat 'em up that came out. It looks great. I haven't played it yet, but I also really want to play it on my Odin. So I want to buy the game, and I also want to play it on my Odin rather than on my Switch because I just like the Odin. So yeah, I don't know. I just like the Odin. I'm finicky like that. So I'm hoping there'll be a new patch soon for Skyline where they'll have found a way to get it running or something, because that would be really neat. I like having everything on one machine here. I just love my Odin. It feels fantastic and so on. So that's really it. Thanks for watching this video. Not sure what the next one will be about, but give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all again for another video. Alright, cheers guys. Bye bye.